small business owners in KwaMashu fear a reprisal of the July 2021 unrest. They were reacting to the news that former President Jacob Zuma might return to jail following the Constitutional Court's ruling yesterday. Zuma's jailing, you'll recall, sparked what began as riots, which lasted for about a week, and the looting that came with that, whose impact on businesses, both large and small, was quite felt. Well, let's speak now to Newzroom Afrika's Karinda Jagmohan, who's on the streets of KwaMashu. She joins us now. Karinda, good morning to you. So there is worry where you are about the news which broke yesterday from the Constitutional Court, which basically revived this matter to say the correctional services was wrong to let the former president out on medical parole, and therefore, once again, they have the responsibility to decide whether he does go back to jail. How's the feeling on the streets?
Certainly. Good morning, Oli. Well, especially small business owners, like you mentioned, are worried about a reprise of unrest because, remember, the jailing of the former president ultimately sparked that over week-long period of riots and looting, chaos that unfolded across KZN and Gauteng. The Bridge City Mall in KwaMashu was one of those that were destroyed. In fact, the elevators further down were completely burnt down, and it took 2 years for the mall to be rebuilt. In fact, this mall only fully reopened in April this year. There was a small part of the mall that was opened for a grocery supermarket to be open for the residents around this area, but really this mall only opened just a few months ago, which shows the devastation and the destruction that occurred here at the Bridge City Mall in KwaMashu. And remember, it's one of the few major shopping outlets for the residents around this part of KwaMashu where we are in. So in many cases, the destruction of this mall saw people have to travel long distances to Zuma or other areas nearby for their daily grocery shopping activities or their weekly shopping needs, and so it also put impact on their pockets. Besides that, small business owners who work around this area, so vendors, those who are selling food from food carts, are concerned about the fact that if there were to be a reprise of unrest, of looting and riots, then their businesses would again have to try and recover. They've already been hit twice by the July 2021 unrest and, of course, the floods. So for them, they say that they're still in the recovery process, and they say, one of the people that we spoke to said that they're concerned that if Zuma were to be incarcerated once again, that he fears there would be another period of riots and chaos, and this would ultimately impact his business. I'd like you to take a listen to Sifiso Mankunku, who owns Sifiso's Takeaway. He's had this business for 10 years. He started out of a tent, and from July 2021, he's still been trying to recover, and he's terrified of what might come if Zuma were to be incarcerated.
I kwakuhleshulwa yonke into kudula amafriji yonke into kwakuphithizela nje kwangazi ukuthi ibhubha umhlaba engangicabanga kakhulu kwakuyinkinga kakhulu njengoba sidayisa thina esiphila ngawo lo msebenzi sacabanga ukuthi kusasa sizothenga kephi sizophila ngani ngoba phela umuntu uphila ngayo lento le si-order khona kulezi zitolo esedestroyiwe ngasemgaqweni akwazi ngisho uhamba ngemoto uyobona ukuthi khona la ungazama khona kwezinye indawo nje kwaba inkinga kakhulu soba wesi kakhulu ngoba even manje izinto eziningi ayikaka-recover even nathi esidayisayo sakhona ukushayeka khona kusanzinyana impela shuthi sengaba wesi kuthathe another maybe 10 years to come ukuthi si-recover sibe right. Hayi ngaba inkinga kakhulu mangathiwa hayi umongameli impela.
So Karinda, the economic impact of what occurred in July of 2021 still being felt to this day. Let's just get a sense from you, being in KwaZulu-Natal, the only reaction that we saw from the camp of the former president was a statement issued by the spokesperson of the foundation, Mzwane Lemanyi. Has there been any word from inside Nkandla?
Well, not as yet, actually. The only really response we have seen so far is that statement from Mr. Mani, which indicates, or he says that while no decision has been taken yet, he's posted those statements on social media, also warning against some of the media reports. That's what he's saying, but no word from Nkandla as yet, no word from the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal either about the latest court ruling. Of course, we're reaching out for a reaction from that political party and a number of political role players who obviously want to contribute their voice to this developing issue right now. But at this point, really, what we're seeing is as the news unfolds and as people realize or learn more about this court ruling that has been handed down, more people are really, or their memories are being stoked about what happened 2 years ago when Zuma was incarcerated. I mean, I'll take you back to July 8th. It was really in the early hours of the morning that we saw the luxury vehicles in which Zuma was in, one of them, quietly going into the Escort Correctional Center where he was ultimately serving the period of incarceration, and he's expected to be taken back there if indeed the Correctional Services Department does go ahead with that court decision.
Jagmohan, live for us in KwaMashu, one of the townships affected heavily by the July unrest of 2021.